Hey everyone, today we're gonna be doing a Leetcode question which is to sort the jumbled number. So in this question we are given a zero based indexing array called mapping which represent a mapping rule for a supple decimal system where each element inside that mapping array represent the jth value. You can say for this particular array, if I say this particular number, it represent okay for this particular index, what is the value coming to it, its position. So we'll look what does it mean. So if by the name say they're saying like mapping of I element is j, that means digit I should be mapped to the digit j in the system. Okay, fine. Now they are saying the mapped value of an integer is the new integer obtained by replacing each occurrences of the number inside the ith position. So let's take that also. So they're saying it can range from 0 to 9. Okay. Now if you see like they're saying okay you are also given another array nums which needs to be sorted in the increasing order. You can say non-decreasing means increasing order based on the mapped value of the elements. So they are saying you have two nodes. Okay, the element should be mapped with the value that appears in the same relative order. That means when you sort this array, this particular thing, when I show you example, this will come in the same thing. So they are saying you need to maintain the relative order as well. They are saying again one more thing. The element of the numbers should be sorted based on their mapped value, not with the replaced value. Okay. So that means I need to sort this array, but not using its own magnitude. It should be replaced by the mapping value, like it should be replaced by, like we are saying, all the 9 should be, if you see here, mapping of 9, that means all the value 9 should be replaced with 6. That means you need to change all the occurrences. So we'll look like what it is exactly asking to us. We'll see the constant. They're saying the length of a mapping array will range to exactly 10 element, and it will be starting from 0 to 9. Then the element inside that mapping window will also range from 0 to 9, or you can say 10. All the value will be unique inside the mapping array, and the number element we are given, the number array, will range from like 1 to 10 to the power 4. Okay, and inside the value of that particular number array, it can range from 1 to 10 to the power 9. So let's take the example and let's understand what the question is asking to us. So what they are saying, like we are given a mapping array. Okay, I have one mapping array which represent like okay this particular mapping array have some element 8, 9, 4, 0, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 6. Okay, so they are saying in this particular mapping window you have these 10 elements which have their, you can say, ranking based on this. So if I say, if I give the indexes, or you can say a mapping range for all of them. So if I say this is index 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So in total there are 10 values. Now what they are saying, like okay, so whenever you do the sorting of a number, you generally have this thing as an increasing order, but they are saying the increasing order will not be done using this 0, 1, 2 and 3. It should be done on this value. What does this means? Like if I say okay, what is the order, or you can say what is the rank, or like what is the weightage of this one. So they are saying if I sort any number system, they are saying 8 should be coming as the first, like 8 is the smallest as per their naming convention. Okay, this mapping window shows okay the 8 is the smallest, then 9, then 4, then 0, 2, 1, 3. So they have given their own precedence, like okay, I need this particular order to be maintained. Wherever I will sort this particular number, it should be sorted in the increasing order, but not using the 0 to 9 value. It should be sorted in this particular range value. So 8 is the smallest, then 9, 4, 0, 2, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 10, 6. So whenever I sort the array, they are saying you should use this value instead of this. Okay, that's fine. Now taking the example like which needs to be sorted. So I have some numbers array. Okay, I have some numbers given in this particular array, which is like 991 and 338 and 38. Now I have this array. This array needs to be sorted. Okay, this needs to be sorted in increasing order. Okay, using this particular range instead of this one. Okay, fine. Now what they are saying, this number should be replaced with a ranking value. Okay, this particular, if I say this 9 means, okay, what is the, uh, if I say this 9 should be replaced with 6, because in this decimal system, if I say this 9 is number coming and it is having the 6 as the, uh, you can say the mapping index, or what to say in the another word. So what I say like, okay, if I iterate over this number system 0, I need to see, okay, for the 0 what is the precedence order you have. So this 9 is mapped with 6. Okay, so let me map this one. So 9 is mapped with 6, so I'll replace all the 9 with 6. Again, this particular one is replaced with 9. Okay, fine. Similarly, for this 3 it is mapped with 0. So I'll replace all the 0 with 3. So it will replace 0, 0. And 8 is mapped with 7. So I'll replace this with 7. Now for this also it will be like 0, 7. Okay, fine. I have changed the number now. I have maintained the order based on this particular number. But they're saying you are not allowed to change the input, or you need to sort this particular thing um, using this approach, or you can say this precedence. So I will be creating another array, or you can say a mapping window. So I will not be modifying this particular array for just checking the mapped value. I might be creating some hash map, or you can say a simply map. So I might be creating a map. I'll say map. It will be containing what? It will be containing a number and its corresponding mapped value. So I'll say, okay, for 991 it is mapped with what? 669. For 00, no, for 338 it is mapped with 007. Similarly 38 is also mapped with 07. Now if I sort this particular number using normal dot sort approach, okay, the normal sort will approach will take this particular thing in the increasing order. Now, I don't want to sort based on this number magnitude. I need to sort with this particular thing. So I need to pass some key like, okay, this particular number represent this as the original, or you can say mapped value. Fine. For this, it is this value. For this also, it is this value. Now, if you see, for both of them, I have mapped value as a 007, or if I say the integer part, it's only 7. Okay, both the number is equals to what? 7. Now the first point they are saying in the array, the question, what is the first point they are saying? Okay, you are supposed to maintain the relative order as the number it is coming in. Okay, fine. So if I say a normal sort approach, like if I say a bubble sort or a selection sort or the insertion sort, in this particular sorting, the order does not maintained. So what we use, like we use something like merge sort. Okay, this merge sort, you can say we have regex sort, or you can say a quick sort. No, quick is not maintained. So let's talk about only the merge sort. This merge sort maintain the order. So we are maintain the order in this particular sorting approach. So our normal dot sort function in any of the languages is like chosen in that way. It should be optimized for some data sets, and it should also maintain the relative order as they are coming. Okay, so I might be using a sort function based on the key, where key is like this number should be mapped with is a relative map. Okay, so I will be coding this part, so you will get easily like what I'm trying to say. So firstly, like I'll create some mapping function. So I'll say, okay, def mapper. Okay, because I already have this mapping as a array, so I'll say okay mapper. I'll receive some number over here. Now in this mapping function, what I can do, okay, so let me explain that part also, like how I will be mapping this part. So if I say this particular number which I need to be mapped, okay, this particular number. Now in order to map this particular thing, suppose we have this 991. Now what I need to do, I need to iterate over the first character first. So I'll say okay, for this particular character, change its value, become 6. It should be like okay, I'll say okay, check this value inside this index. Okay, so I'll say okay, what is the digit belongs to this particular ninth array. Okay, I'll say it is 6 in the original array. So this is what the question is mentioned to us, like the value should be like this. So if I say the mapping array of I, okay, in the question they are saying mapping of array of I is represent what? J, and we need to replace this value to the original part. So if I say if I am having over here this 9 represent what? This 9 represents 6 over here, so I have mapped that value. Similarly this 9 again represents 6. This 1 represent what? This 1 represent 9 over here. So after mapping, it will become what? It will become 669. Similarly, 338 will become what? 3 is, I'll say 3 is mapped with 0. Again, it's mapped with 0, 0, and again it's 7. So in order to do this, I have two approaches. What I can do, the first approach. Okay, first approach. Let me say first approach. I can use a or I can take a help of a like string conversion function. So what I can do, like okay, first of all I can convert this particular num to a string. Okay, this is string. So I might be doing like a string conversion using this number. Now it will become something like this 991 in the string format. Now I can iterate over this string. I can again iterate over this string, again iterate over this string using some indexes. So this is 0th index, 1 index, second index. So I'll say okay, for this 0th index, change your value to your using this function. So mapping of I represent jth value. So I'll say okay, this number will be changed with its mapping index. So I will be changing this 0th index value to something, again its first index value something, again its first index value something. So using the string function, I can I can map this particular, I can do a type conversion, so I can cast this number to a string. I can do my operation, I can create some dummy string, again I can pass that string back to a integer. So that is one case. Another case, I'll say the another approach, second approach, what I can say, if I have something like this as a number, I have this as a number, what I can do, uh, I have this number, okay, I can iterate over this number until it is becoming greater than it is not coming to 0. So what I can have, I can say okay, while this 991 is greater than 0, what I will be doing, like I will be taking this part. So what I will be doing, I will be taking this part, I will be adding it to my new number, and I will be appending what? The previous one. So I'll take this number, I'll add over here. Now I'll take this number, multiply with 10. I'll append over here. So it will become what? This will treated as a 90 plus what? 1. So my number at last will become 91. I'll take this number, I'll multiply with it by 100 because it is in the third place. So I'll say I multiply 100, it will become 900 plus 91. So this will become me what? A number. But instead of taking this number, I'll take what? A mapping of this particular ith value, or you can say particular number. So I might be writing some function name like, okay, I have some temp as a number. Okay, I might have a digit place. Okay, I have some digit plate starting from 1. So this is at one place, this is in second, this is in third place. So what I will be doing, I'll say okay, temp will become what? Temp will be equals to, I'll say digit multiply by what? Here I have a mapping function, a mapping, you can say a mapping array which is given to us, this particular thing. So I'll say okay, mapping of what? the number. So I'll say number will become what? I'll say okay, this number is what? This is our let's take like this was our nums, and here what I'll say, okay, nums modulus 10, that it will give me the digit place. So this will give me a digit place. So from here I got 1. So I'll say okay, what is the value corresponding to 1? It is 9. So this will give me that particular value. I'll say okay, append temp over here because I need to append the previous value at the last. So if you see here, temp was 0. We got digit from here at equals to 1. I have multiplied this number with what? The mapping of you can say for 9, mapping of 9 was equals to what? 6, and the number was 0. This number become what? So our temp, this particular temp become equals to 9 from here. Sorry, 6. You can say this particular thing 6 from here. Okay, fine. Now I have a number. I need to multiply. So I have mapped this one with 9. Okay, so it was mapped with 1. So this was 9, and we have mapped this number. It will become what? 1. Now this also become what? 1. Now next time I have again temp, it will be initialized to what? I have now digit. I'll say okay, digit into 10. Every time I'll say digit into 10, so next time digit will become 100. Next time it will become 10. Mapping of 9 is equals to what? Again it's 6. So I'll say okay, into plus what? The previous number. So this time it become what? The mapping of 9 was 6. 6 into 10 is 60, and plus what? The temp was given to us was 1. This time temp, you can say the complete temp equals to what? 61. Again it will iterate and digit will become equals to what? Digit will be multiplied by 10. It will become our 100. It will be multiplied by the mapping number of the I can say the number. A number is what? Num modulus 10. It will give me the number each time. So again it will give me 6 here. It will become 600 plus the previous number. So it will become what? 661. This is what required in our answer. So it's not 661, it is 669. I need to take this as a 1 over here. So here it was 1. It gave me 9 in the first case. So this is what we're gonna be doing. So let me write the code. So I will be using the string function for this like for reducing the time for now. So I'll say I'll iterate over this character. I'll say okay, I have converted this particular thing in the string. This number is converted to the string. I will be iterating, and I might be having some mapped. You can say mapped string. Okay, I have this number. Okay, fine. At last I will be returning what? Integer part of this. Return int of this mapped string. Okay, fine. Each time I will be iterating over this character, I will be doing a typecasting. So I'll say okay, this mapped string will equals to like plus equals to what? Each time I will be adding some character to it, which will be what? A character. I can say a string part of what? A mapping array element in the integer part, which is character. So this will give me it will take like each character will be typecast again to a string. It will give me the corresponding value. So if it is 8, or you can say if I'm checking for 9, so in the ninth index it is giving me 6 value. So from here it got changed to 9 as an integer value. It got me 6, and again it is changed to what? 6 as a string. So it will be running the loop, and it will be creating that 666 as this 991 as a 669. So this will be treated as a 669. Now I have created this map value. I might be creating a, you can say I have this mapped mapped value. So I have this mapped value. You can say mapped number. Okay, I have this mapped number. Now they have asked us to not to create change this number. So what I will be doing, so I will be creating a, you can say hash map. So each number, I'll say number will have the mapper, what is the element mapped to a number. So I'll say the mapper of the number. This number represent the mapper of a number, and it is iterated over the number. So for num in nums. So for each number, I have created its corresponding mapped value. Now, when I need to do the sorting, so I'll say, okay, I have this nums array. I need to sort that nums array, but it's based on what? A key. So I'll say, okay, in lambda function I'll be passing some key. So I'll say, okay, in lambda, I will be passing some key. So you can say it is item, or you can say element or the number. So let me take it as a x only. So I'll say you need this to be mapped with a mapped number. Instead of your number, just compare with the mapped number of x value, okay, and you can return this particular thing. So this is our sorted array. Let me compile this code. Let me see whether it is running fine or not. So you can see it is accepted. Let me submit this code. So if you see over here, I have done this using the string conversion, okay. Other one I have showed you was for the mathematical thing, like you can use a while loop and you can change that number to a integer without converting that to the string, but it was a bit lengthy process, so I used the string conversion instead of using that mathematical operation. So yeah, that's all for today's. Thanks for watching.